let's queer up education. Queer student activist destroys Throuple-loving Moms for Liberty leader at school board meeting. Moms for Liberty co-founder Bridget Ziegler refused to resign her seat on the Sarasota school board. But if she's going to say, one queer activist is going to take her to task. The rest of her board voted for her to leave amid scandals of a three-way involving her husband and another woman that led to sex assault allegations. During the same meeting, former student and director of Social Equity Through Education Alliance, Zander Moricz, called out her hypocrisy. A significant moment in his school board speech was highlighting the public's seeming obsession with Ziegler's queer relationships more than the years of anti-LGBTQ+ campaigning she has done with Moms for Liberty. Moricz was Pineview School's first out gay class president and the youngest plaintiff in a lawsuit filed by various LGBTQ+ rights groups against the Don't Say Gay law.
Bridget, our first ever interaction was when you retweeted a hate article about me from The Nationalist while I was a Sarasota County school student. You are a reminder that some people view politics as a service to others, while some view it as an opportunity for themselves. On this board, you have spent public funds that could have been used to increase teacher pay, to change our district lines for political gain, remove books from schools, target trans and queer children, erase Black history, and elevate your political career, all while sending your children to private schools because you do not believe in the public school system that you've been leading. My question is, why doesn't an elected official using our money to harm our students and our teachers for her gain seem to matter as much to us as her having a threesome does? Bridget Ziegler, you do not deserve to be on the Sarasota County School Board, but you do not deserve to be removed from it for having a threesome. That defeats the lesson we've been trying to teach you, which is that a politician's job is to serve their community, not to police personal lives. So, to be extra clear, Bridget, you deserve to be fired from your job because you are terrible at your job, not because you had sex with a woman.
Oh, that is excellent. Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Snap, clap all day long. Bridget, out. So eloquently said, and right on point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people who grow up in the state who we assume in many cases are facing opposition, and we know things can be tough for them, can be this smart and this articulate and this clear, I mean, absolutely clear about what it was that he wanted them to hear and understand, and what he wanted us as citizens of Florida to understand. I mean, he should be in Congress.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this started with, I think, the valedictorian speech that he gave from last year, which was, you know, again, watch it on YouTube because it's fantastic. It's one of the best speeches you'll probably ever hear. But I love, again, the message is, we don't care what you do in your bedroom, just do your job correctly. And that was exactly what he said. You shouldn't care what we do in our bedroom, and we don't care what you do in your bedroom. But as he said, she's terrible at her job.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that the board votes to ask her to leave, right? Mm-hmm. They kind of ask her to leave. Her kids don't go to the school district. I mean, I think that should be a prerequisite for being on a school board. Your kid should have to go to school in the district, not a private school. What kind of pride is this woman carrying that she just won't step aside and go away?
Money. It's all about her political gain, like he said. You're terrible at your job, but also it's sort of like if anyone has watched Fellow Travelers, the McCarthy era, where you have people masking, they actually are queer, but instead they attack because this is what mainstream wants. Here we go with someone doing the same thing for their political gain, right? And he read her clearly, like mic drop, there is nothing left to be said. But money is a thing, you know?
Yeah, a student calling her out, going viral on X or YouTube, kind of plays into her hand because she doesn't care about Sarasota. She cares nothing about the students of Sarasota. No. She wants to, for some reason, go to Tallahassee, which I guess would be a metropolis for her. But that's where she wants to go. And if Ron DeSantis ends up going to Washington, she's going to be right on those coattails as well.
Absolutely. Jamal, I'm really happy you mentioned the fellow traveler and the McCarthyism time, because this just shows again that 2 generations later, we're just seeing history repeat itself. And you don't really have to look back that far. You could look back to the 50s or even the 80s with Jesse Helms and trying to cut down, you know, Mapplethorpe or other artists at the time. And we're just going through the same phase. It's just unfortunate we have to keep doing it.
And one clarification, the board voted for her to ask her to leave. They cannot remove her. The board cannot remove one of its members. So that is why they voted. Basically, it was a vote to say, please leave, but it is in no way binding. And
but can the governor remove her?
The governor can remove her.
But he never would.
He never would, because he has removed other city council members.
Yeah, but they didn't like him.
Right.
She is an apostle from day one. He could, but they can't. So that's why when we say it was a vote to remove her, but she's still there, that is why. The governor could remove her, but, you know...
And I think she's the only income in the household now.
The only what? I'm sorry?
The only income in the household now, because didn't her husband get removed from his job or getting a $1 a year salary while he's under suspension from the Republican Party of Florida?
Yeah, immediately a $1 a year salary. Immediately.
So she's what we would call the breadwinner. So better get that bread.
Enjoy that bread.
Yeah.